The Sea of Thieves 2024 preview showed us what to expect from the next 3 seasons with exclusive looks at some of the features. But will this be enough to revive Sea of Thieves? In this video, me and my friend Paper will explain and discuss everything we know about Season 12, 13 and 14. Okay, so first off, Season 12, let's see. So Season 12 adds lots of new weapons and just weapons in general to Sea of Thieves. The first one they showed is the double-barreled flintlock. What do you think about that?
Very, very great addition to the game. My favorite weapon is the shotgun. So having a pistol, semi-pistol, semi-shotgun is I think will be my favorite weapon when it's added.
I like the idea that you can fire both shots if you want to. I think that's really useful. It could be useful, and also just not having to reload instantly after one shot is also great.
The knife one, the throwing knife,
Yes. Now we have the throwing knife. This I think will be my favorite feature of Season 11. I love it. I just, it looks amazing.
Okay, well, look, I don't think it's my favorite feature from Season 12, but it's definitely a top 3 in general because it's very piratey. Yes, pirate themed.
Yes, it's like something Jack Sparrow would use, and Guybrush if you want to say Guybrush, but especially Jack Sparrow. It's something Jack Sparrow would use, and it's very piratey. Yes, that's the best way to call it. Okay, so next off we have the scatter shot, which is basically a shotgun for your cannons.
Okay, that's my favorite feature from Season 12.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but I mean, I don't see that many uses of it outside fighting galleons. But on sloops, I mean, I guess if you fire like 2 of them to go and hit the hull, and then the others to give some damage to the crew.
In Sea of Thieves you have the normal cannonball and the chain shot, okay? In a fight, 2 ships get near one another. Having the ability to change how you play, I think is makes the PvP more complex and much better.
Now we get to the controversial stuff, for you at least.
Yes,
I really like the next 2 features, but you don't really like them. First of all, we have the bone collar, which is a throwable that you can also fire out of your cannon to hit other player ships. And when it hits the ground or the other ship, it basically spawns skeletons that are loyal to you, and I personally think this is going to be very good. Yes, it could be annoying, but you also throw your skeletons on your ship. From what I understand from the trailer, the other skeleton AI will target your skeleton AI, and you won't have to deal with them, and you can go and repair or bucket or shoot out of the cannon and other stuff.
Listen, so first, if you play Hourglass, in which you fight another player, I think having to fight another player is already enough.
Do you remember the second video on this channel? The first video in which you appeared. In that video, we fought 2 brigantines and a sloop, and after we recorded that video, you said to me that it was the best Sea of Thieves session you ever had, and that it was very epic. AI interacting with PvP can make things very chaotic, and I say for Sea of Thieves that's a good thing, because it just gives more depth and creativity to PvP.
Why I think the fight was very epic is not because skelly ships continuously spawn in front of me, because the players needed to fight them too.
Okay, let's go to the next feature that can also influence PvP. And this one I'm actually not so sure about. The Horn of Fair Winds, it's called, and it's a loot piece or item that you can find like Disney sticks. It's basically a horn in which you can blow, and it generates wind. And you can use it as a jetpack for your rowboat or just yourself in water, and also to slow down your fall if you fall from great heights. And the most controversial thing is you can use it to blow wind into your sails and go even faster than full billow.
In about my first month of playing something like this, we are being chased by another player's ship, And I said to you, there isn't any way to, go faster than them and escape. You said, no, this is how the game is played. You have to. A player is relatively close to you. You have to fight them.
Yes, but imagine this: if the crew that's running doesn't have the Horn of Fair Winds, but the crew that's chasing the other crew has one, using it, you can catch the crew that's running and fight them. So I think you will be able to catch a crew that has the Horn of Fair Wind. All right, let's move on to more fun features. So first off, we have harpoon walking, which is a very cool thing that you can do in season 12. I'll let you take this one.
Being able to harpoon, to fire the harpoon at the other ship and being able to walk on the harpoon and board. I say boarding in Sea of Thieves. I think boarding in a pirate game is very important.
When we talked about this before, you mentioned Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's the best pirate game in boarding. It looks amazing, and it's boarding hatches, it's called, and harpoon walking can kind of give you that feeling. All right, and now let's just speed run through the next two little features. First of all, we have zip lines on islands, which is a good addition. They were first added in the Monkey Island Tall Tales, and they're very fun. I love using them, especially on the third Monkey Island Tall Tale on Monkey Island. There's a very cool zip line from the hermit hut to the beach. I love that one. It's my favorite zip line. Hit rag, yay, hit rag. So they have a dedicated team to work on hit rag and also other problems with the game, mainly hit rag because that's the biggest problem. I don't think hit rag will ever be totally fixed, but having a dedicated team will help a lot and will just help the game feel better this year, hopefully. Okay, now we go to season 13, the best. Yes, I'd say it's the best season.
The best.
So first off, we have lore updates, which Flameheart's back after 4 years. 6 years. 6 years we've waited for him. He's finally back. He is back with a redesign of the Burning Blade. That's the next thing. The Burning Blade, which we saw in the ghostly form in the Flameheart World event. Now it's a Man of War style ship, which the community was asking for a Man of War since the launch of the game. The Burning Blade looks amazing and I can't wait to explore every corner of it and find out the lore. But you can defeat the Burning Blade and either just grab the loot and let it sink and sell the loot, or the cooler option, you can pledge yourself to Flameheart and do different tasks for him and sail on the Burning Blade with a skeleton crew that will help you. That also scales depending on your crew size. But what you actually need to do when you have the Burning Blade, there will be these skeleton camps dotted around the map, and you'll have to uncover ancient secrets, they said, solving puzzles and stuff like that. First of all, they look very cool. I mean, it's like Reaper architecture combined with ancient ruins, and it looks good. They said you can find little bits of loot by solving puzzles, and you can, with every loot and thing you do with the Burning Blade, I guess, you earn tribute to Flameheart. If the ship sinks, you lose all of that tribute, but if you cash it in at the end of the session, you get gold. And I don't know, will there be another faction for this? What do you think?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's gonna give you Reaper Strap. Oh, and also front-facing cannons, kinda. You have a lever that you can pull, and it will fire fireballs, I guess, something like that, out the front of the ship. Those are really cool. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Flameheart's actually searching for the Orb of Secrets, and that's cool. I mean, that's cool. That's the item he's searching. I guess that will give you the most tribute and stuff like that. The last thing we know from season 13 is you'll be able to, you can go to skeleton camps even if you're not part of Flameheart's crew, and you'll just have a PvE focused encounter and get some loot out of that and just another thing that's something to do, I guess. Okay, so now lastly, season 14, which is internally called Pirates of Mischief, which sounds very good. And the first feature they talked about was crouching, which is, I think crouching is a very good feature and will enable a lot of stealth plays. I'm wondering if your name tag will disappear when you crouch. That might be a little OP, but also I think it's the right thing to do. But I really like the idea of crouching. What do you think?
Well, of course, if your name doesn't disappear, then it's basically useless.
Yes.
What I see them doing is in the future, telltales, or I see them implementing a lot of
Opportunities to crouch, yes,
yes.
in quests and tall tales and adventures. Even no, adventures are cancelled. Sorry, this kind of voyages or tall tales, crouching could be a very good way of going through places and stuff like that. Anyway, they also talked about being able to hang off the side of a ship, which is kind of goes hand in hand with crouching, and that will also be kind of cool. Not having to emote to attack will be interesting and will change the things a little bit.
So basically, the thumbnail of your first video could become a reality.
Yes, the thumbnail of my first video, yes. Just being able to hang off the side of a galleon, that would be really cool. So now we have a pretty big feature, which is blow darts. I really like the idea of blow darts, and they talked about blow darts that can, like, you shoot it somewhere and it will attract skeletons to that place, which is very cool. But also, what I'm more interested in is blow darts that, for example, if you shoot the anchor, it will make the sound of it going down, but it won't actually go down. I think that will be great for just messing with people and having a great time and causing some mischief. And now we have traps, which are a throwable item that you can, like, throw on the ground and trap skeletons and players. I think this is a good feature, but they talked about being able to put traps at the end of your ladder, and if a player climbs the ladder of your ship, they'll be trapped. And I don't know how I feel about that. It could be cool, but it depends. Like, will they be stunned for like 3 seconds and 50% damage, or will it kill you immediately, or will it just stun you? That's something they'll have to work on. But also, I'm wondering how you'll be able to use traps in PvP. Like, if you board the ship and you fight with them and you just throw a trap and they accidentally jump into that trap. That could be very cool for PvP encounters. Anyway, now we get to the most controversial bit of all of this preview, the grapple gun or harpoon gun or whatever you want to call it. I think this is a very good feature and I like it, although I can see some ways this could kind of ruin the game, especially considering boarding. A lot of people said that it would be good if it was just like the wind collar, the horn of fair wind, sorry. You can just find it and pick it up and use it like that. But if it's a armory weapon, I'm not so sure about that. But still, I think it could be a good feature if it's implemented correctly.
Okay, so when I first played Sea of Thieves, I understood that this game is, it's a pirate game, but it's not a realistic pirate game. The harpoon gun, I see it as well. I don't see entering a game and seeing a pirate using that.
Pirates did have boarding hatches, which
yes,
we
yes,
talked about
I
it
see
before,
them.
which is very similar to. I mean, the concept's a little different, but the functionality is basically the same. Like being able to throw something, grab on something, and pull yourself to that thing. So I don't see how. I mean, it looks goofier than if we had boarding hatches, but that I don't know. I personally think it's for the better that it's like this, and I don't see it as something that doesn't belong in Sea of Thieves or something like that.
I just don't see playing a pirate game and seeing a pirate using that. But my other issue is in games in general, I don't like being able to travel so fast. I think it's better to just, enjoy walking on the island and using a powerful item that lets you go from a cliff to another cliff.
And hey, if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll also like to see how I robbed a bank in Sea of Thieves. To do that, click here.